Welcome to A Push for 5, your daily all-in-one study partner for the AP exam. We'll guide you through real stimulus-based APUS history practice questions. We have a total of over 150 videos that will be uploaded daily. These will go in chronological order, covering every period from pre-Columbus to modern day. We've got this. Here comes a set of questions from Period 3, 1754 to 1800. Question 1. Stimulus. A 1791 engraving depicts a wealthy merchant shaking hands with a government official over a vault labeled Public Credit. Question. Which criticism of early federal policy is best illustrated by the image? A. The Assumption Plan favored speculators and wealthy elites over common citizens. B. The National Bank endangered the economy by rejecting foreign investment. C. Federal economic programs were too decentralized to stabilize the new nation. D. The excise tax unfairly benefited Southern planters at the expense of Northern merchants. The correct answer is A. The Assumption Plan favored speculators and wealthy elites over common citizens. The imagery of collusion between government and finance reflects Jeffersonian fears of Hamilton's Assumption Plan, which consolidated power among the elite. Question 2. Stimulus. See excerpts. Question. Which development best explains the shift in tone between Excerpt A and Excerpt B? A. French promises of military support encouraged the colonies toward independence. B. British military actions and rejection of petitions convinced colonists reconciliation was impossible. C. The growth of loyalist sentiment made moderate reform untenable. D. The colonies' expanding trade with the Dutch made independence economically necessary. The correct answer is B. British military actions and rejection of petitions convinced colonists reconciliation was impossible. The transition from petitions to revolution reflects frustration after the Olive Branch petition was dismissed and hostilities escalated. Question 3. Stimulus. A 1794 political cartoon shows Washington astride a horse labeled Constitution, trampling rebels holding a banner reading Excise Tyranny. Question. Which principle of government was Washington's action in this image intended to affirm? A. Popular sovereignty through local self-rule. B. The separation of powers between federal branches. C. The right of citizens to resist unfair taxation. D. The supremacy of national authority under the Constitution. The correct answer is D. The supremacy of national authority under the Constitution. The Whiskey Rebellion tested the Constitution's strength. Washington's suppression demonstrated federal supremacy and legitimate enforcement power. Question 4. Stimulus. Excerpt, 1787. If men were angels, no government would be necessary. James Madison, Federalist number 51. Question. Which argument most accurately captures Madison's point? A. Republican virtue can eliminate the need for political checks and balances. B. The federal government should rely on direct democracy to ensure justice. C. Governments must be designed to manage self-interest through structural safeguards. D. Enlightenment reason, not institutional design, secures liberty. The correct answer is C. Governments must be designed to manage self-interest through structural safeguards. Madison's realism about human nature justified checks and balances to prevent tyranny. Question 5. Stimulus. See excerpts. Question. The contrast between these excerpts reflects which larger transformation? A. The replacement of natural rights philosophy with economic pragmatism. B. The shift from revolutionary radicalism to conservative governance. C. The end of Enlightenment, influence on American political thought. D. The rise of states' rights ideology over federal power. The correct answer is B. The shift from revolutionary radicalism to conservative governance. Samuel Adams's revolutionary rhetoric gave way to John Adams's Federalist caution, revealing the evolution from insurgency to institutional stability. Question 6. Stimulus. A 1791 Philadelphia broadside advertises new manufactories for the prosperity of the Republic. Question. Which argument did critics make against the policy promoted by this broadside? A. Manufacturing would make the U.S. dependent on British technology. B. The Constitution forbade federal involvement in the economy. C. Urban workshops were incompatible with slavery. D. Industrial development violated Jeffersonian visions of agrarian virtue. The correct answer is D. Industrial development violated Jeffersonian visions of agrarian virtue. Jeffersonian Republicans viewed Hamilton's manufacturing push as a moral and social threat to agrarian independence. Question 7. Stimulus. Excerpt, 1779. The spirit of liberty must not rest. It must correct even its own excesses. John Dickinson. Question. How does Dickinson's warning reflect the ideological struggle of the Revolutionary era? A. He argued that monarchy should be reformed rather than abolished. B. He promoted violent revolution as the only safeguard of freedom. C. He cautioned that unrestrained popular movements could endanger ordered liberty. D. He rejected Enlightenment rationalism as too moderate. The correct answer is C. He cautioned that unrestrained popular movements could endanger ordered liberty. Dickinson's moderate republicanism feared that liberty without structure risked anarchy, a tension central to founding debates. Question 8. Stimulus. Excerpt, 1782. America has the seeds of empire, but her virtue must be the balance. Ezra Stiles. Question. Which debate in the 1790s most directly engaged this tension between expansion and virtue? A. The assumption of state debts. B. The Neutrality Proclamation. C. The Louisiana Purchase. D. The controversy over the National Bank. The correct answer is D. The controversy over the National Bank. Supporters saw the bank as a tool of national strength. Opponents feared it symbolized moral decay and corruption. Question 9. Stimulus. Two 18th century paintings show indigenous delegations meeting first with British officials, then with U.S. representatives. Question. What continuity is most evident across both scenes? A. Both show European and U.S. powers using diplomacy to secure land cessions. B. Both depict native leaders as equal diplomatic partners in treaty negotiations. C. Both portray native nations rejecting Western trade goods. D. Both celebrate cultural assimilation and intermarriage. The correct answer is A. Both show European and U.S. powers using diplomacy to secure land cessions. Despite regime changes, U.S. policies toward native nations mirrored imperial precedents of manipulation and dispossession. Question 10. Stimulus. Excerpt A, 1787. Commerce between the states will knit them together. James Madison. Excerpt B, 1787. Each state must be free to regulate its own trade. Luther Martin. Question. These excerpts most directly represent which fundamental constitutional debate? A. Separation of powers between branches. B. The apportionment of representation in Congress. C. The inclusion of a Bill of Rights. D. Federal control versus state autonomy and commerce regulation. The correct answer is D. Federal control versus state autonomy in commerce regulation. The Commerce Clause debate captured competing visions of national unity versus state sovereignty. Thanks for watching APush for 5. Let us know in the comments which questions you liked the most. If today's practice helped you, tap like, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future videos. And share this with a friend who's also aiming for that 5. If you want more hands-on learning or direct feedback, reach out directly. We'd love to help you take your prep to the next level. See you in the next video.